Good day to you all and welcome back to the FM Inside YouTube channel. Wonderkid video number 6 for FM22 and our second midfield position will be discussed today. In this video we will be looking at the top 5 Wonderkids on the central midfield position. So let's get that intro going and start with the video. We start this list with an English wonderkid named Alfie DeVine. He plays in the youth academy of Tottenham Hotspur and is considered as one of the bigger talents in FM22. He really is a new gem in this year's game, as he was a nice talent in FM21, but he really made a huge leap in terms of his maximum potential. He is at his best as a central or attacking midfielder and has the advantage that you will be able to form the midfielder you need in your squad and tactics given his young age. The basic attributes for a midfielder are all there, and with the right training he can become a really good midfielder. To sign him, you will have a big problem with Tottenham. They are not the easiest club to negotiate with and they charge an insane amount of money for this 16-year-old DeVine. They want to receive about 70 million for this wonderkid, and although it seems like a lot of money, DeVine is a player who can develop into a real class player and who will earn back the transfer fee twice over. However, 70 million for a player who is 16 is of course ridiculous. Next up is Vitinho from FC Porto. Portugal always have some great wonderkids in FM, and this year that is no different. Vitinho is a great player and can already compete at a very high level. If you manage to sign him, you immediately have a great player at your disposal. He is a true midfield playmaker and bears a resemblance to another Portuguese star, João Moutinho. Vitinho is also small in stature, but very technical. He is able to get out of the most difficult situation and has the qualities to create opportunities for your attack. He doesn't have a clause in his contract, so you will have to convince Porto to sell him. His contract runs until 2024, which results in the Portuguese giants asking at least 40 million for the midfielder. You can push the price down a bit by adding some bonuses and clauses, but they will always demand more than 30 million for Vitinho. We now make a trip to the far north and end up in Sweden. Here we find the 17-year-old Wedberg playing for Hammarby. He is considered as one of the most promising players from Scandinavia and his potential can take him to the top of the world. In FM22, definitely a player to watch and add to your shortlist. Wedberg is a technically gifted midfielder who can pull the strings as a playmaker on the midfield. He can also play as an attacking midfielder, but for that position he will have to learn to finish better. He is especially good at passing the ball while also showing his agility and stamina. He is someone who will not give up easily and who will always work hard for the team. Wedberg's contract runs until 2024 and he could leave Hammarby for about 5 million, which is a fair price for a talented player like Wedberg. Keep in mind though, because he hasn't been active in Sweden for a long time, it will be difficult to get a work permit for him in the UK. In this case, you have the option to send Wedberg back on loan to play for Hammarby until he meets the criteria needed for a work permit. In Spain, we take a look at the youth academy of Real Madrid, and there we find the 17-year-old Japanese midfielder Takuhiro Nakai. It is not a surprise to find a talented Asian player at Madrid, as the Spanish giants tend to sign young Asian talents regularly in the hope that they will break through into the first team. So far, none of the young players have succeeded, but at least Nakai has the talent in FM22 to come very close to the first team. He is at his best as a central midfielder, and you can play and train him in different roles that will suit your own tactical needs. He is a technically gifted midfielder, and at 17 he already shows some impressive attributes. Concentrate on his development on the mental and physical side of his profile, as he could use some development in these areas. Nakai can be picked up from Real Madrid for a fee of 8 million, which is the release clause in his contract. His current deal runs for a single year, and for that reason you should try to negotiate the price with Madrid. They aren't too keen on selling him, but you can probably get something off the price with some smart negotiations. Back to Portugal to take another look at one of the country's many wonderkids. For the second time in this series, we take a look at a Sporting Portugal player, and this time it's Dario Sugo, a 16-year-old midfielder who is able to reach the absolute top in FM22. He is a physical player and can play as both a defensive midfielder and central midfielder. He is not a player who has to rely on his technique, and he will mainly be the powerhouse on your midfield. Put him in the center of the pitch with a technically skilled player, and you can be sure that Sugo will close all the gaps and keep the team in balance. To sign this 16-year-old from Sporting, you need to pay about 6 to 7 million, depending on the clauses and bonuses you add. The transfer fee could even be slightly lower if you do your best in the negotiations with Sporting. And say it for yourself, a talent like this for only 5 million is of course a real bargain. And with Sugo, we have reached the end of the central midfielder top 5 Wonderkids list. Thank you all for joining us again on the channel for this video, and remember to give us a thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell to never miss a video again. We hope to see you again soon on either the channel or the website, and from us at FM Inside we say goodbye for now and until next time.